How you doing? It's your girl, Lady Legend. And I'm coming here to make some brownie downy. Alright, so we're going to be making some brownies. We're going to veganize it. If you look on the side of the box, this is just the regular chewy fudge brownie mix by the Dunkin' Hines. And if you look on the side, it really do tell you how to veganize it. I don't use coconut oil. I'm just use regular vegetable oil. But you could use the coconut oil. I just use water. I ain't using no plant-based milk. And I do use the applesauce. But that's just a little trick from me to you if you want to veganize your recipes. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm starting off with this box. I got my baking pan. I washed it out. I'm going to throw a little vegetable oil up in there. I emptied out the box into my bowl. I got my applesauce. I got a little bowl so I could do 3 tablespoons of my essential water because it does say, let's look at the ingredient. It say 2 large eggs, 3 tablespoons of water, 2/3 cup of vegetable oil. I got my measuring cup ready, everything ready. All right, I'm going to add everything up in there and we're going to be right back. So I used my tablespoon. I got 3 tablespoons of water in this bowl. And I'm going to add that right up on in there. And now we're going to do the applesauce, which is a 1/2 cup of applesauce. And we got the Mott's, no sugar added. Now we're going to do 2/3 cups of the vegetable oil. Now we got a 1/2 cup of the Mott's applesauce. We're going to add that up in there. All right, after you get all your ingredients in your bowl, you're just going to go in there and start to mix it up real good. Get it nice and smooth and beautiful and sexy. If it ain't smooth, beautiful, and sexy, you ain't doing it right. And my grandmother always taught me, you got to scrape the sides of the bowl. Scrape it in and fold. You don't got to mix like a crazy person. And remember, I'm just doing this with one hand because I'm trying to record. Now, I did order a little tripod so it can make recording easier for me. And I don't have to hold the phone. But for now, we doing the ghetto special, baby. We doing the ghetto special. But basically, you just don't want no clumps up in that thing. You want it to be nice and smooth. You don't want to see no more dry cocoa powder or flour. You want to go around that thing. Look at that. That thing looking sexy already, though. I'm excited. I done made this like 700 million times, so I know it's going to come out good. But if you just say you're trying to stop eating so much dairy, you don't want to eat eggs no more. You say you cutting down on the milk and the cheese and the butter and everything. This is a nice little way that you can still have what you like. And now you ain't got to feel too guilty because it's a little bit healthier for you. You ain't clogging up too many arteries. You feel me? I'm going to go around it and make sure all the little crusties is out. But then that's basically how we doing it. After you mix it up, it should be perfect. I actually am going to add this. Now, I was looking at the ingredients, and it did make me feel some type of way. Because if you see, it say, contain wheat and soy, may contain milk ingredients. And y'all know I don't mess with no milk. So I literally had to read every single thing. And I don't see no milk in the actual ingredients. I think it's just saying that because it might have been made in a factory that got milk. But when you look at the ingredients, you don't see milk in nothing. Like, I was thinking maybe the chocolate chips is milk. Because the thing about it is you don't want to buy nothing that say milk chocolate chips or milk this or milk that because I don't eat milk. So chocolate, it's just regular chocolate, I'm with it. And I didn't read everything and it's just a regular chocolate. So I'm going to go on and add this in because this is the supreme triple chunk, baby. And I want to add that up on in there because it make the brownie look like that. When you cut it open, it look good inside. So I'm going to add that in and I'm going to be back. And it's just how it look when I'm mixing it up. Now, obviously, you're going to have to add more applesauce, a couple spoons more water, and some more of the oil. But I'm going to just mix it as much as I can. And then I'm going to add the rest of that stuff up in there. These is about to be some good little Halloween brownie, baby. So the new box requested 1/4 cup of water, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 egg. Now, I added that in. I did 1/4 cup of the applesauce because 1/2 cup would be 2 eggs. So I did 1/4 cup, 1/3 cup of the vegetable oil, and 1/4 cup of essential water. I'm going to mix it up and plop it right up into this pan. All right, guys, they're about to be ready to go right into the oven. I tried to scrape my bowl. Every time I'm scraping my bowl, it always makes me think of my Nana, Gwendolyn P. Honey. She would be able to scrape this bowl till it looked completely green. Like, you know how you be like, let the kids lick the bowl? You had to lick the spoon, honey, because when she scraped the bowl, there'd be nothing left. Like, nothing. I love that lady. These about to go in the oven for 30 minutes on 350. Let's get it. Let's go. So next, I'm going to be making vegan Rice Krispie treats. They are freaking fantabulous. You can use your plant-based butter, but I'm going to use regular Country Crock. The original Country Crock does not have any milk. Reading is fundamental. So go to the back and read that thing up. And if you're feeling some type of way, you can actually call Country Crock, because that's exactly what I did. Call them up and say, is y'all original butter dairy-free? And it is. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get into it. Ain't nothing into it but to do. I got my big pan heating. I'm going to throw some of this butter upon it and throw these marshmallows up in there, and we're going to see where we at. So this is where we at. We added a big dollop of that butter and let that butter get up in there. Now, this is one of them channels where I don't do too much measuring. I'm not going to come on here and be like, baby, this is the recipe, and you got to make 1 cup of this with 2 tablespoons of this, and I ain't giving y'all my recipes like that. I still love you, though. But basically, you just want to let these... I start to cut them up. I ain't even going to lie. Now, I think it's better to buy the smaller ones when you're making the Rice Krispie treats. But they do cost more money when they veganized. Don't all the best things cost a little bit more when it's veganized? I don't know why. That'd be bugging me. But basically, you just want to chop them up. Chop them up. With your spoon. You can get a knife if you want to do that, but I ain't got no knife. I mean, I got plenty of knives, but it don't make sense to me. I just gonna use my spoon and chop them down. I like to chop them like half and half. In that way, when I put the cereal in, it's just a little bit easier for them to just melt up in there. So I try to get it a little melted, and it do give it a nice little flavor when you let the marshmallows cook a little bit. But not too much. Like, you really got to gauge it, because this is something that's going to move fast. Like, this is not something that you walk away from, or this is not something that it's going to take like 30 minutes. It's not. It's real quick. Basically, once you start seeing it start getting like squishy, scoopy, that's when you're going to start adding in your cereal. So you just want to keep cutting them until you get to that point where you feel like it's time to add cereal. I honestly do feel like it's time, so that's what we about to do. Once your marshmallows start to get sexy like that, go on and add whatever cereal you like right up on in there. We're using the whole bag. Go ahead and add it on in there. That's them Captain Crunch. And then you gonna mix fast, baby. You ain't gonna mix slow, you gonna mix fast, honey. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Get it all nice and mixed. Look at that. Now, that's why I love cooking. This is why I went to school for cooking, because it just make me happy. I swear to God, it really do. It just looks sexy. Like, I love when food just come together. And then when you eat it, you be feeling all proud. Like, ooh, I made that. So at this point, I'm going to turn my fire off. Because it's nice and hot. The pan is nice and hot. And the marshmallows is hot as hell. And you're just going to keep mixing until everything, like, incorporate. I'm going to keep doing this until everything get sexy. And once everything is nice and sexy, we're going to put it into a little bowl and let it cool off and shape up. And then they'll be ready to eat. Like, this is the quickest little snack that you can make at home. And your kid, like, if you have kids, I don't got kids, but if you got kids, it just make them feel so accomplished. To make, like, brownies or to make, like, Rice Krispie treats, it is sticky. It's a sticky business. But it's very fun, and it makes them feel so accomplished. Like, I'm a grown-ass lady, and I be feeling so... I be like, ooh. When people eat it, and they feel so happy, and they feel so good, like, you just be feeling like, ooh, I did that. I did my big one. Oh, and y'all probably like, damn, this girl's voice done changed like 75 times. Yeah, that's just a part of my personality. I be making sounds, and my voice sometimes is switching to a little accent. Y'all gonna be all right, though. Y'all gonna get to learn me. And if you don't like it, you know you can get the fuck on out of here. You want to take everything out of your pan while it's still nice and hot and start smushing it down. Just get you a spatula and start smushing and evening your Rice Krispie treat out while it's still warm or hot. Because if it's not warm and if it's not hot, it's going to set. Like the marshmallow going to start marshmallowing and set back in. So I'm going to smooth this out and make it look pretty, and I'll be back at you. And there you have it, guys. Your finished product of them Captain Crunch. I used 2 bags of the Danny's marshmallows. The other bag is slid up over there. 2 bags of them things. 1 box of the Captain Crunch. Big dollop of the butter. And you got your Rice Krispies. Now we're going to throw that top right up on there. And we're going to move on to the next Rice Krispies. And I basically just deglazed the bottom of the pan real good. Like, you see there was some leftover marshmallow stuck to it. You just use that butter, let it melt in real good. And then you could just scrape that off and use that marshmallow again. So, same exact process. After you deglaze that pan, and you let that butter melt up, you're going to come in with your marshmallows. And if they're too big, you're going to start cutting them in half. You don't got to cut every single one. You could cut them in 4s. You could cut them in whatever way you really want to cut them, just to get them a little bit smaller and to melt down faster. And as soon as this is melted down to where you like it, you're going to add in your cereal of choice. We will be doing Crunch Berries next. And then I'm going to look at my cereal stash. I know I have Rice Krispie cereal, but I want to see if I have Fruity Pebbles, because I would love to do fruit. That's my favorite Rice Krispie treat is Fruity Pebbles, and then Captain Crunch is number 2. Well, I think they be tying for one another, but I think it's just something about the Fruity Pebbles that always just is nostalgic. It's like, ooh, I remember eating this when I was a kid, and it's something that I ate when I wasn't vegan, and I can still enjoy now that I am non-dairy pescatarian. All right, I'm about to be ready to add in. I think I got most of the big chunks cut up to add in my cereal, and I'll be right back. And I'm going to turn off my fire once I start to add that cereal in. And you're just going to fold in your cereal into your Rice Krispie mixture. This looks so good to me. I don't know why. I just love the process of when everything starts to get folded in and looks together. It smells so good. And it just looks good. It smells fruity and nice and sweet and just like, yummy, yummy, and your tummy, yummy. What's y'all favorite dessert? I love dessert. Like, I think I like dessert more than I like real food. I don't know what my favorite dessert is. Like, I can eat a lot. Like, I love apple pie. You know what? I would have to say it's I don't know if it's apple turnovers or apple pie or peach cobbler. Oh my God. I'm a dessert girl. I will say that I am very much a dessert kind of girl. I just turned my fire off, just in case if y'all were wondering. I did turn my fire off once I added the cereal. And then I just continue to mix and let it get all incarcerated. It's going to jail now. All incorporated. And then I'm going to go and put it right in this bowl. I love these little bowls from Dollar Tree. They are perfect for Rice Krispie treats. Like, absolutely perfect. I think it's ready to go up in the bowl now, Daddy. Alright, guys. This is the finished product. It looks so good. And this one is the Crunch Berries. I do have the Rice Krispie treat cereal, but I do not have Fruity Pebbles. So I'm going to just let these two be the Rice Krispie treats for the Halloween get-together. All right, we got our water getting ready to get to the boiling. We got our Beyond Meat red tea, okay? I have 2 packs. They were frozen. I let them soak. I washed out this bowl that I made them brownies with. Nice and clean. Get it clean and pristine. And then I got this meat nice and unthawed. This non-meat meat nice and unthawed. We're going to take it out the pack. We're going to season it up. Add some onions and some mushrooms up onto that thing. And we'll be right back. And look at them brownies. Them brownies ready now. I like when they have a crispy outside. I don't know, like, I be trying to perfect that. Like, I need that outside to be crispy In the middle to just be gooey, ooey, 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 mama. These about to be good, baby. All right, so we're going to go right in with our hamburger seasoning. And we're not going to be like I said, we do ancestor shimmies. We season with love, baby. We ain't going to do no tablespoon around here. That's that hamburger from Grill Made. We're going to come in with the Grill Made again. This is my favorite seasoning. I don't know how many times y'all going to see me cook with this. Y'all going to see it every time. If you don't like somebody who used the same seasoning, you ain't going to like me. I'm just going to tell you right now. Because I use the same goddamn seasoning for every recipe. It be maybe add something or take something away. I'm going to come in with the onion and the herbs. Come in strong with it. Don't come in light. Come in strong. And then this is it. I'm running low, but I got another one on the back porch waiting for me, Poppy. I love a complete. I season everything with complete. And you don't need too much. With the complete, I just do a little bit. Like that. And you're going to mix that in. And we be back. You're going to wash 2 onions. These are like medium-sized onions. Always wash your veggies and fruits before you cut into it. I know the onion got a skin, but the skin could be dirty. So you always want to wash it before and after you cut into it. Now you got your onions nice and washed. We done started chopping them up. I move fast, baby. You want to chop them up nice and thin, or as how thick as thin you like them. I just did a rough chop on them. You're going to get them in the bottom of a nice hot pan. No oil, no nothing. Just your onions up in there. And let them start to cook up. Look at that. Look at that. Still not separated. You just want to go ahead and make sure all your onions is nice and separated up. And I go right in with my hand and just break them apart. You're going to cook these until these start to get a little color on them. Just make sure they're nice and separate. I like them thin and separated. I don't want to get a big bite of onion when I bite down into what I got to bite down into. See how many slices that is? Make sure that's all cut up and separated. That's so pretty. Oh my God. I don't know. I be finding the most simplest things beautiful. I think that is gorgeous. So I'm going to just go in and break it up with my fingers. Because it's already pre-cut, as y'all can see. I'm just going to go in and detach those little cuts. And you see that, baby? It's starting to get a little brown. That's what we want. I'm going to let these get a little brown, and then I'm going to add my meat right up in there. I got about half of a pack of baby Bella mushrooms. I'm just rinsing them, washing them off so I can add them to them onions right now. That's how our onions is looking. They're not fully brown, but they just got a little cooked, a little bit soft on them. And we're going to add them freshly washed mushrooms right up in there. And we're going to let them cook for about a minute or so. And all that beautiful flavor, we're going to deglaze the bottom of that and get all that flavor. We incorporated into these mushrooms, all that onion flavor, right incorporated into these mushrooms. And I'm going to add a pinch of complete seasoning right now. Hold on. Let me add a pinch of complete to this while it's doing that. Just a little pinch. Is it coming out? There we go. That much. And then I'm going to mix that in like that. Oh, I love onions and mushrooms. Like, I just love onions and mushrooms. I don't know why. I just think they're like an epic combination. I love them on a sandwich. I love them on a salad. I like them raw. I like them cooked. I'm a mushrooms. I'm a mushroom and onion type of girly. Yes, indeedy, little Petey. That looking good to me. I'm about to add the meat up on in there. Alright, this is how the meat is looking once we added in our onions and mushrooms, our seasoned meat. We're going to let that cook for a little bit, and then we're going to add our tomato sauce. I already added in some oil to this water, and once it comes to a roiling boil, I will add my spaghetti. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Also, when it starts to boil a little bit more, I'm going to add a pinch of salt up in there. So now I'm going to wash my green beans, snip off any ugly parts, any little uglies, snip it off. And then I'm going to season them and roast them down. Okay, I got these bad boys seasoned up. I used a little bit of the country crock. I used the onion and herb. I used roasted garlic. And of course, can't be complete if you ain't using complete, baby. And that's where we at. And we're going to throw these in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes and let them roast on down. And they're going to be sexy. Pasta is in. Probably in a few minutes, it'll be ready to come out. I'm done with my meat, and now I'm going to add my sauce. And I'm using Prego, chunky tomato, onion, and garlic. I want the whole thing. You see there's a little remnants in there. I'm going to throw a little water in there and be right back. So I got my pasta out. I saved a little bit of pasta water so I can make my bechamel sauce. Yeah. Okay, guys, I did end up making my cheese sauce off camera because I received a call, as y'all heard. Money on my mind. So I did 2 of the Follow Your Heart Parmesan cheeses, and I did 1 of the Tree Line creamy scallion cheese. And I did that with the pasta sauce. The pasta water, garlic, of course, a small pinch of onion and herb, and a nice little piece of the complete. And that was really it. And this is what it came out to. I didn't use no milk. I didn't use none of that. And I didn't make a lot. This is just going to go in between each layer. I honestly wish I had sour cream, because I would just add sour cream, vegan sour cream, and stretch this out a little bit more. But I like the consistency of it, and I love the flavor, so I don't want to stretch it out anymore. So that's how the meat is looking. Our pasta is done. We are about to assemble and put in the oven. So normally I would layer this white sauce in between, but I'm about to just dump my pasta up on in there. Boop. And I'm going to mix it in with the pasta, since it's not the amount I would normally use. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's making sense to me. Like, I want it to be creamy and cheesy and wonderful, but it's not the, like, I usually would do sour cream with this. And I usually would make more sauce. So I would have mad cheese sauce, like double the amount of this. So I figured I wanted to cover each and every pasta strand with this sauce, and then layer it in with the meat like that. I guess y'all gonna have to see it. But I knows what I mean, and I hope y'all understand what I mean. But if you don't understand, just stay tuned. You're gonna see the finished product. Okay, so that's how it looks once all the sauce is incorporated into the pasta. And I'm gonna start by, I got my pan ready, nice and washed and clean. I'm gonna start layering it in, and then I'll come and show you guys how it looks when it's all layered up. All right now. So I did end up adding a little bit of Parmesan on top, and I used this kind of Parmesan. And I'm gonna let this go up in the oven and just bake up and get real sexy and real nice and real beautiful. And I'll be back. Okay guys, this is the finished product. The only thing I really feel these green beans are missing is red pepper flakes, and I do not have any, and I'm so sad. But the next time I go to the store, I will be getting my red pepper flakes back in the house again. But that's how the green beans came out. They look so good, and they are so tasty. This is the bread I'm going to be using to make garlic bread. This is how my garlic bread is looking before it gets roasted. Again, I just used the same seasonings, generous with the butter. Then I went in with the roasted garlic, onion and herb, and complete seasoning. And this is going to be so good with that pasta, guys. I'm excited for tonight's dinner. Yummy, yummy in my tummy, yummy! Fashion Nova said I have a package. This is a finished product. I know the cheese didn't melt like the way y'all cheese will melt, but it's still gonna be fire. It's still gonna be tasty, and I'm about to plate it up and show y'all how it looks. I'm so freaking excited. And this, you guys, is our dinner tonight. That lasagna held together very well. It's so good. I know it's going to be good because I had it before, but yes, new recipe. If you never had it, you got to have it. Green beans, fire. Garlic bread, fire. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. If you watched this video, you commented, you liked, you subscribed, you told your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. Thank you. I love you guys. See you in the next video.